Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something wild. How politicians time their big moves to mess with our heads. Not in a tinfoil hat kind of way, but in a they know how we think kind of way. We're talking cognition, how our brains process the flood of news, and how a well-timed announcement can shape what we see, feel, and remember. We'll look at examples from Biden, Trump, Obama, and George W. Bush, plus some solid research to back it up. No partisan vibes here, just the science of attention. Hit that like button if you're curious, and let's jump in. So, why does timing matter? Well, our brains are lazy. Well, efficient. A study in cognitive psychology from 2018 found we lean hard on the primacy effect. The first thing we hear about an event sticks more than the follow-up. Politicians know this. They also know we're drowning in information. Research from political communication in 2015 showed that when news cycles get flooded with a big story, we don't dig deeper. We just latch onto the headline. It's called agenda setting. And it's been a thing since Maxwell McCombs' work in the 1970s proved the media doesn't tell us what to think, but what to think about. Drop a story at the right moment and boom, our focus shifts. But if you bury it, a Journal of Experimental Political Science study from 2019 found people barely remember news released at low attention times, like late Friday. It's not a conspiracy. It's just how we're wired. So let's start with Joe Biden. In October 2022, right before the midterms, his team rolled out a slew of infrastructure wins. Bridge repairs, road funding, all of that. The timing? Perfectly synced with a decent jobs report. Why? A 2020 American Political Science Review study found economic good news paired with policy wins boosts public mood more than either does alone. Our brains mash them together. Oh, jobs are up, roads are fixed, that's great. And we don't sweat the details like how much got spent or who's footing the bill. Google Trends showed searches for Biden infrastructure spiked that week, while nitty-gritty critiques barely registered. It's not about Biden being sneaky. It's about knowing we'll ride the wave of good vibes and just move on. Donald Trump, master of the news pivot. Take August 2018. His legal woes with Michael Cohen were heating up, plea deals, all of that. What does he do? Tweets up a storm about trade wars and winning against China. Loud, brash, right on cue. That political communication study I mentioned. It backs this. Sudden, bold announcements can drown out slower burning stories. Our cognition loves the shiny object. We chased the trade rant and half forgot Cohen by the end of the weekend. X posts from that day show trade talk trending 10 times higher than legal chatter. Trump didn't erase the story, he just knew our brains would prioritize the noise over the grind. Obama played this game too. In 2014, with midterm pressure mounting, he announced a major Affordable Care Act milestone, 8 million enrolled, right after a solid GDP report. Is it a coincidence? No. A National Bureau of Economic Research paper from 2016 found pairing policy wins with economic upticks makes us feel both are stronger than they actually might be. Our brains don't fact check, they blend the headlines into things are working. News coverage that week leaned positive, and public perception of healthcare ticked up in the polls. Obama's team didn't invent this, they just knew we'd skim the surface and call it a day. George W. Bush had his moments of doing this too. In 2005, with Hurricane Katrina fallout tanking his approval, his admin dropped a late Friday report on Iraq troop progress. Classic news dump, low attention, minimal pickup. That Journal of Experimental Political Science study showed stuff like this gets half the recall of midweek news. By Monday, the cycle had shifted to other headlines. Our cognition, we're not digging through Friday's trash bin, we're on to the next crisis. Bush didn't dodge Katrina's mess, but he softened one blow by betting on our weekend brain fog. So, what's the takeaway? Politicians, Biden, Trump, Obama, Bush, whoever, they aren't puppet masters, but they're pros at nudging our attention. Studies prove this. Cognitive psychology on primacy, political communication on flooding the cycle, American Political Science Review on pairing news, NBER on framing, Journal of Experimental Political Science on burying. Our brains are the real target. Lazy, distractible, and predictable. Next time a story drops, ask why now. Might spot the trick. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's the slickest timing move you've noticed? Subscribe for more dives like this, and I'll see you guys next time.